So,
Uh-oh. Right away.
yeah.
Wait, hello. Good to see you.
Well, it's just great to see you. How are you?
I'm doing well.
New shirt, new you.
Well, this isn't a new shirt.
Well,
This is a new me.
New you, definitely.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
I like it.
You've never seen me in a shirt
I've
like
never
this
seen
before.
you in a button-up at all.
Look at me wearing a collar.
I have never seen this. I've
Yeah.
never seen this softer side of Sid.
This used to be the only way that I dressed. There was a time in my life where you would never catch me in a shirt that doesn't have a collar.
Wild.
Isn't that crazy?
When did that change?
When Ansley and I, not when we graduated college, it was a little after that. It was sometime around between Atlanta and moving up to Philadelphia area.
Were you bummed when you put the collared shirts away? And
No, it was like, dude, giving up the quote unquote pretty boy lifestyle was one of the best things I've ever done.
the collared shirts a pretty boy lifestyle?
I mean, for me, yeah.
Yeah, okay. No, hey.
You know,
Sure.
like I gave up collared shirts, I gave up cologne, I gave up having my hair look good. Dude,
You know what it was? I just got real comfortable knowing I was going to be with the same person. I'm not trying.
I'm gonna start cutting my own hair.
Dude. Fucking cut it
I'm
off.
gonna get good at it. I don't care what I look like.
You got
anymore.
good at that shape.
I got really good at cutting my hair.
You got good at that one geometric shape.
Like everything.
Some people would think straight lines and squares are difficult.
Yeah, everything in my house is a box. Like my daughters have this haircut. My son has this haircut. My wife and dog have
This is
this.
the only way I know how to do it. And it's working for me. It's working for all of you.
I mean, you can already look in the camera if you're watching this. You can see that every shape you see is a box.
It's pretty much square.
Yeah.
It's pretty square in here. God.
It's the only thing I know.
Yeah, I mean, but you know it well.
I do
That's
know it well.
the thing. It's not like it's not like somebody who has a square and it's unlevel.
Yeah.
You're doing the square right.
Yeah.
And good.
I'm a fighter. Square up, let's box.
You're definitely square.
Square up, let's box.
Oh, you know what? That'd be a great name for a barbershop.
Square up, let's box.
Let's box, and all the hairs are boxed. You just box.
You just get different versions of a box.
That's all I know how to do. And I will not be doing any other type of thing in here. Don't come into asking for anything fucking
Yeah,
else.
what kind of box you want?
Yo, don't box it up.
You want a white person box? You want a black person
I'll
box?
figure it out.
Do Asian boxes?
Yeah,
Jewish
Asian
boxes?
Jew box.
Jew box. Let's go.
I'll do it. All right, I have a question for you,
I love it.
and it's trivia.
Uh-oh.
With
Okay.
a little bit of information. Because I want you to think about this. Now, I'm going to ask you this question.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just learned about this.
I get so pumped for this because I get to challenge myself every time.
Sure. Now keep in mind, I when I say I just learned about this, on the way over here,
Oh, beautiful.
just learned about it. And I was like, wow,
Yeah.
what a bunch of retards.
Okay. I don't. Now I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Now it's like, is this question going to expose to me that I am also
No,
a retard?
no. It's going to expose an entire continent for being borderline retarded. And the thing is, it won't be like a surprise.
Is it
because,
India?
No,
Okay.
no. This continent is OG retarded.
Okay. Man.
OG. When people think about it, it's one of the only. This continent is one of the only places that when you say go back to your country, no one's offended by it. No one would be like, "Hey," they'd be like, "Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah."
All right. Let's
Get
hear.
back
Let's
there.
hear it because it's clearly not Africa.
Clearly not Africa.
Thank God.
Not Africa.
Thank God. Man, the pressure of having to walk through that and like walk a tightrope or calling the whole continent of Africa retarded.
You can't. No, you can't. Look, I would never be.
You
so
legally can't do that.
You can't.
That's crazy.
That's a shutdown machine. You
Isn't it
can't fucking
crazy?
do that.
they're
It's
not
wild.
even. They're not even American blacks.
Doesn't matter.
We got to walk on eggshells
We
for
have to.
non-American blacks.
Dude, it's wild.
What about Indians that kind of look black? What about Italians with a hard tan?
No, we don't do anything for that.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? So it's just, all right, let's hear it.
So, what do you think was one of the stupidest wars ever fought?
Oh, First of all, if this is what I think it is, I am tickled to no end that you finally learned about this. It is the Emu War.
It is the Great Emu War of Australia.
Yes. Yes.
Holy shit, you dumb Australian bastards.
Yeah, because this is what I specialize in, like algorithmically.
Oh my God.
I specialize in beefs.
What an amazing quagmire of bullshit.
Dude, beefing with emus?
Idiots.
Crazy.
Also lost the war.
I mean,
lost the war to the emus.
but you got to understand that like emus are not being held to the same standards of war.
Sure.
Emus are not held to the Geneva Convention. Do you know what I mean?
Ruthless emus.
They were taking prisoners and torturing them.
There were so many Australian dudes with their heads cut off and dicks in their mouth, just lined up.
Dude, the emus are blowing up hospitals and shit.
These flightless beds are killing us.
Where did the emus get all this napalm from?
I thought we outlawed what was it? White phosphorus. They're using it.
Yeah.
Mustard gas.
So if you don't mind me asking, how did you stumble upon this?
Dude, I follow this one fucking thing on Instagram that like honestly I followed it on a whim. It was just like kind of like just useless facts.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are pretty useless and a lot of them I already knew. But then it was like, hey, you want to know what the dumbest war was? I was like, of course I want to know what the dumbest war was. And when I read into it, I was like, you got to be fucking shitting me.
It's also one of the shortest.
Yes, only a month, 1 week, and 1 day.
Yeah, that's the lifespan of one emu.
Well,
one generation of emus.
it was the lifespan of 932 of them.
Yes. Okay.
So
that's a platoon.
For those of you who do not know what the dumbest war in global history was, in 1932 in Australia, emu were ravaging crops, fucking tons of things up there, wild fucking beasts.
I mean, ravaging. They just like the emu. They themselves wanted to be farmers. I don't know if you know. You see, and nobody knows their side of the story.
Well, no one's talked to emu.
No one's talked to the emu. They wanted to be farmers. They were trying. They weren't ravaging crops. They were trying to farm.
I think
they're just retarded.
I think they're soulless animals. I gotta be honest with you. I'm on the Australian side on this one.
Yeah, they were just scratching up plants. Does this work? Am I planting?
These fucking idiotic, borderline dinosaur birds.
Yeah, they're dino birds.
They're dinosaur, and that also comes down to just the ethos of Australia to begin with. What a dinosaur island.
Yeah.
Do you know that the Lost World that Sir Arthur Conan Doyle wrote about? He based a lot of his things off going to an excursion to Australia, being confounded by one, the way people live there, and two, the shit they're surrounded by constantly on a day-to-day. Like, you guys actually live with this shit? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Okay, so we're going to get into the emus in a second, but first we're going to talk about a correction that we had on the word jizz from last week.
Oh, no. What?
Because it is an ontological term.
Ornithological.
Ornithological term.
Yes.
It's an ornithological term. Ontological is a word I don't know what it means.
I don't think that's a real.
It means like being, like the S. But no, it's almost the same.
All right,
it's almost the same. So
Ornithological.
ornithological, ontological term, ontological almost means jizz. So hear me out. It's still bird jizz, right? So if I remember correctly, because we were corrected in the comments, but I also looked this up after the episode,
Okay.
so I got the information first, so I didn't have to memorize who commented it.
Sure.
But they also, same thing, is it's not just the flight patterns of the bird. It's literally every characteristic of the bird that makes it different than other birds. It's the bird's whole vibe. In essence.
Oh, just their regular jizz being.
Yeah, because it's what bird watchers use to like, oh, this bird, I love the cut of his jizz.
That's a wild thing.
So now we're gonna get into emu jizz.
The jizz of these emus was pissing these fucking Australian bastards off to a point. So in 1932, emu in Australia were wreaking havoc on crops, homes, and other installations that the Australians had built, and it was due to overpopulation. Mm-hmm. And to combat this, they went through the wheat belt of Western Australia and made two wildly unsuccessful attempts to curb the breeding population of the Australian emu, resulting in 1 month, 1 week, and 1 day worth of thousands of rounds of artillery shot at bird after bird, to thinking they would almost wipe them out and eradicate them. Mm-hmm. But they were outsmarted by the emu.
Yeah. Because
the emu, they can burrow and hide. They not burrow underground to a point of like a fucking wombat, but they do. They're predatory birds.
To the point of a wombat? That's your reference for burrowing animals?
I mean, a wombat burrows deep, and it's also Australian.
Yeah, who knows that? I didn't even know that.
Well, come on.
Until just now, I thought wombats flew. Right? It's like a female bat,
no
right?
Jizz of wombats.
Yeah, they're lady bats. They're wombats.
Wombats are...
And a regular bat is a bat. It's a man bat is a bat. And then
a wombat.
Lady bats are wombats.
A wombat.
Like woman and man. Yeah.
Only a male bat can marry a wombat. In the eyes of the Lord.
All right. A wombat for sure is not a female bat.
No, a wombat.
What the hell is a wombat?
A wombat is a four-legged marsupial that resides.
It has a pouch?
Yeah, I think it has a pouch.
Yeah,
it is a marsupial. It also, the other interesting fact about a wombat. Do you know how wombats crap?
Shaner, I obviously don't know shit about wombats.
Wombat crap.
Are they cubes?
It's cubes. They crap in cubes.
That's pretty sick.
They crap in cubes due to I think it's their digestive tract into their rectum is like a square.
Yeah, it's like a Play-Doh mold.
You can actually switch it out for crescent moons and stars and shit. It's fucking wild.
That's kind of like some of those goats we talked about when we were talking about. Remember the Once Upon a Time when tigers used to smoke? And the goats and stuff? Yeah, some goats poop square. Cubes.
I didn't know goats poops cubes.
We talked about it.
I don't remember.
You need to start learning from this podcast.
Dude, I talk, and what happens is I go home and I'm like, I don't remember anything I said.
Yeah, it's a blur. It's all a blur.
Dude, it is literally verbal diarrhea. And I'm like, yo, I'm getting it all out
I've had
now.
somebody come up to me and like, oh my God, like I learned this and this and this from your podcast. And I'm like, holy shit. Who said that?
Yeah, I would have been like, you were watching the wrong podcast.
I would have been like, gracious.
Learn?
Yeah, somebody was like, the other day, somebody was like, I learned so much from your podcast. And it sticks with me because when I learn it in a funny way. And I'm like, I don't learn it.
I don't. Yeah, what are you talking about?
What is it?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have been listening. CD has made up 4 words since we started this fucking show. In this episode alone, just throwing out things that he doesn't even know what he's talking about.
I don't need to, man.
No, you don't, man.
I don't need to. I'll figure it out eventually.
Yo, it'll get there.
I believe in myself.
It's an amazing thing. But so the objective of this war was to reduce the population of the emus in Western Australia. However, it did not work that way. The Australians also exhausted their entire army, sending basically what would be known as like our National Guard, but just all of Australia's army. They're like, yo, this is what you're doing now.
Wait, when you say exhausted, you mean just afterwards they're like, I'm tired?
No, it got to a point where they were just like, nothing is changing. Because they would kill off all these emus. And their biggest mistake was when they killed off a certain amount, they were just like, all right, we got them.
Yeah.
Not knowing that there was so many emus that during this war, the battle with the emu, they're still fucking.
Yeah.
These emus are still fucking and laying eggs. And it kind of blows my mind that, you know, in a way I am impressed with the resolve of the emu. Because if we think about how many species of animal on this planet have we just almost effortlessly eradicated.
Yeah.
Just doing anything. Just regular pollution can fuck up an entire thing. These guys
we've accidentally eradicated more animals.
Just done shit. We're like, oh fuck, I didn't know we did that.
Yeah. Like remember when like the windmills were killing birds?
Oh, I know, dude. It's just wiping them out.
We just eliminated a whole bird population,
dude. And that's the thing. You would think the overall tyrannical, just nature of the Australian, would have been able to quell this problem, but they didn't at all.
Yeah,
and
the
then
overall tyrannical nature of the Australian.
Yes,
we're talking about the white Australians, right?
Yes, we're talking about. We're not talking about the Aborigines.
The Abos, you can't call them tyrannical.
First off, I don't.
That's mean.
I don't. Look, everything I've learned about the Aborigines has come from Crocodile Dundee movies.
Well,
I actually know nothing about the Aborigines.
We can say bad things about it. They're not technically. They're red. They're not black.
The Aboriginals are red?
They're red. They're like red-skinned. They're almost Native Americans.
I mean, they're native. They're indigenous.
They're definitely indigenous.
Indigenous, without a doubt.
Skin color-wise, they're almost red.
I've never seen an Aborigines person in person. Have you seen an Aborigines person in real life?
An Aborigines?
Yeah.
Aborigines. I don't know. Yeah, I've seen not in real life, like IRL. Like I could touch them. I could touch his hair.
What are you doing there?
Yeah, you're allowed to touch an Aboriginal hair.
I don't think you are.
I am.
You are. You can.
I can touch all the people's
Yes,
hairs.
you have carte blanche on hair touching.
Yeah, hair blanche is what I like to call it.
Which is wild because I don't have that. Even though I would never do that. There's only certain people's hair that I've touched where I've been like, what's going on? And it's been out of concern, not out of curiosity. It's been like, what is happening with this fucking head?
Like, what do you mean?
There have been times where, who was it? Oh, you don't remember. Do you remember Blythe Wimbush?
Yes.
Okay. So Blythe Wimbush one day had a cigarette in her hair. Like a cigarette butt in her hair.
Oh, no.
And I don't know. I don't think she knew it was there. I think, honestly, she was walking by. Someone flicked a cigarette at it. Or it was a wind-swept thing. I do not know. But I did see it, and I was like, oh, man, no one's addressing this.
So for the people taking this in, she had hair that is akin to an interracial girl's hair, but like on the thicker side, like
very
little more ethnic than Caucasian.
Yes. Very curly, very tight curls.
Very tight curls.
Very dense hair.
Very dense.
But I did it, and you know what it was? Looking back on it, she was for a second mad because I did not say anything. I just plucked this out of her fucking head because one, I saw it and my brain was like, oh, a cigarette in someone's hair, that's a fire hazard. I was like, that's going to burn your whole head up. I don't know. So I snatched it out of her hair and she like turned around. She's like, what the fuck? And I was like, there was a cigarette butt in your hair. She's like, oh my God. And got very embarrassed. And I was like, no, don't get embarrassed.
Because she picked them all out.
Picked out all the cigarette butts?
All the cigarette butts. You didn't know that interracial girls, they grow cigarettes in their hair? That's how cigarettes are made.
It's funny. You were talking about earlier, like, I learned something from this podcast. And it was in a funny way. So now I'm going to remember it forever, dude.
Now you know that biracial ladies grow cigarettes.
I didn't know that.
That's where we get cigarettes from.
Wow. That is such a wild thing. But
that's why we haven't eliminated them once we learn that they cause cancer. You would think we would eliminate them.
No, we can't, though.
No, that would be racist.
We can't eliminate biracial girls. We need them for the sweet, sweet cigarettes they're We need to harvest the sweet nicotine that they are producing in their hair. It's a new thing that I just found out about.
It depending on what is what the white person mixes with determines the cigarettes that are grown.
Yeah, we don't. How many menthols do we need coming out of those hairs?
Well, there's a lot of menthols in America.
There's going to be a fair amount of menthol. I'm looking for a more, just traditional smooth taste. A little. It's not menthol. It's mild though.
Yeah.
I don't need like
okay,
very thick tobacco.
You can also like a white person is somebody from like the Middle East or like those cigarettes, Camels. That's where Camel cigarettes come from.
That's my brand. It's Camel Blues.
Yeah,
I like Camel Blues because I like saying Camel Blues because it reminds me of it. Probably what a what an Arab guy says when he's sad. He's got the camel.
They got the camel blues. Get that man a cigarette.
Well, I've got the camel blues.
A white person mixed with a Native American. American spirits.
Oh, look at that. Well, wait, what would Winston's be?
Winston's?
Yeah, I guess that's all. That's just a regular black person.
I was thinking because it's I think Winston's and Marlboro Reds. Very similar white in whatever combination.
Sure, yes.
Like what does a white and Mexican make?
Oh, that's got to be. Those are no, white Mexican. What do they make? I guess that would have to be. You know what? Those would probably be the Camel Crushes. Or I'm trying to think of another.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that they can be both. They can be the menthol and they can be the regular.
There's trans cigarettes?
Yeah, there's trans cigarettes.
That's crazy.
Cigarette technology is crazy.
I had no clue.
Yeah, they're trying to keep up with the vaping. They're trying to keep up with the vaping, which I also don't really understand. I've never grasped vaping.
Yeah, I don't care what my cigarette identifies as. It's going to be what it was when it first came out.
Yeah, there's no amount of conversion.
No.
But I'm a menthol, not in this household.
You are a crush.
No,
your dad's a crush.
You're a regular cigarette, you son of a bitch. Go somewhere else if you want to be something. Not under this roof.
By the way, the idea that cigarettes are grown in the hair of biracial people is ridiculous.
It was a crazy thing, but that's the only time I've ever gone out of my way to touch a person of color's hair.
How'd it feel?
It's fine. It was fine. It was more like I was like, wow, that's very soft. Very soft hair.
Was it softer than you expected it to be?
You know what? It was softer than I expected it to be because when we were outside, we were out front of Noche. Mm-hmm. There was wind, but her hair was kind of staying put. Yeah. It was like kind of not moving.
It's wind resistant.
I was like, whoa, that's wild. But then I saw, I was like, yo, that is definitely a cigarette. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's a cigarette butt.
I mean, well, actually, it's aerodynamic. Thank you. My name is Sidney Gantt. Thank you for your time.
And I take my leave. But I knew right then and there, I did that thing too when I did it. I immediately started apologizing, even though I was, I didn't feel like wrong. Yeah. But I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't like, because I had heard, you always hear about that. You always hear about people complaining that, whites are touching hairs left and right. Yeah. Which I'm not saying they aren't. What I'm saying is, regardless, that's a wild thing to do to anybody anyway.
I don't think so.
You don't think touching hair is crazy?
I think it's very common within each culture.
I guess I wouldn't.
People touch it, like black people touch black people's hair all the time. White people touch white people's hair all the time.
I mean, I would only do that with a sense of familiarity.
Well,
you know
it's a little
what I mean?
different for guys. It's gay. You don't
sure. I mean, honestly, if I saw a white dude with dreads, I'd pull him. I'd yank him like a fucking
That's why I cut
doorbell.
I just get sick and tired of white people ding dong dashing on my head.
See, that's the whole thing. I wouldn't do it to a black guy. Yeah. A black guy would be like, yo, that's wild dread.
Oh, you're saying a white person
if a white person had dreads, I'd be like,
oh yeah, pull them off. Pull those things off.
That is crazy what you got going on.
It is also like the idea of like ding dong ditching somebody's dreads and then you like running away.
You leave a bag of flaming shit behind him. This is the fourth time this has happened to me.
That's crazy.
This is horse shit.
I need to get out of this neighborhood.
This is terrible. You know what? You kids are fucking assholes and I've had enough. I'm calling the news. Get the news on you. But yeah, I think the only time I've ever touched anyone's hair is like, if it's a lady, if I'm touching their hair, it's because they're like, yo, touch my hair. Or I'm banging them or something. Okay. I'm not. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Every time my white wife touches my hair, she says, I'm being so bad. I'm so nasty. I'm I'm so nasty.
Is she touching the sides? Is she making it more square? I'm trying to form this into a new shape. It's like Play-Doh. No, I don't. I think touching people's hair is it's just a weird thing. I'm not saying. I'm not, again, like I'm saying. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I've just never seen that happen. I've never witnessed it.
Oh, girls touch each other's hair all the time.
Wow.
They'll go, "Oh, I love your hair," and they'll touch it.
Okay. So I hear what you're saying. I'm saying when I've heard black people be like, people are always touching my hair. I'm not saying it doesn't happen.
It's women. It's not men.
Okay.
Men aren't touching their hairs. It's other women.
Oh.
Pay attention to this.
Rods.
Like when you're out and about in the city of Philadelphia, you're going to notice two things now. White women are always touching each other's hair. So are black women, and white women are always crying.
Oh, I already know.
There's always a crying white woman on the street.
It's always how.
She needs to be recharged. She has to touch hair. if you don't touch
Somebody get her some hair.
Get her ethnic hair to touch.
It's like power-ups in a video game. She's got to jump up and get
It's
the
like Streets of
hair.
Rage.
She's like, she's got to bend down and get it.
Yeah, she's only got 5 more blocks before she needs to touch another head.
You don't understand it. She's running out of energy. She's got to touch
She's
the
never going to make
hair.
it home.
She's got to touch ethnic hair. She's not getting anywhere, dude. That is such a crazy thing. I also am blown away when I've also never. I guess it's because I'm a dude.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's because like I also, unless I saw somebody with the wildest hairstyle, like something where you're like, yo, that is nuts. Then I'd be like, yo, what's up, dude? Your hair is nuts.
Yeah, let me get a feel.
Not even a feel. I wouldn't even comment. Like if I saw something like, yo, that's not. I wouldn't ask to feel it. If someone was like, if someone showed up with like huge Liberty spikes, I'd be like, yo, that's fucking wild. Yeah. That I would comment on, but I wouldn't be like, yo, let me touch that plastic hair you have.
When you're a guy that has touchable hair, it's kind of like when you get a certain brand of car, all of a sudden you notice that brand of car is everywhere. Right? Until you're a guy with touchable hair. So until I had dreads, I didn't know the level at which women touched hair.
Oh, yeah.
So, because speaking of Noche, when I had dreads, there was one time I was at Noche, and I was up. You know how when you first go up the stairs at Noche, there was like that little podium?
Yes.
Right? I used to just stand behind that sometimes because it was funny to me.
Sick.
And like people would come up and like ask me questions, and I'd be like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know.
Nah,
dude, my favorite thing, because they thought I was seating them.
Sure, yeah.
So they would come up and they'd stand there and they'd be like, where should I sit? And I'd be like, I just like point in a direction where a lot of people were.
Okay.
And then one time a lady was like, you're not gonna walk me over there? And I go, that's not my job. And she was like, these motherfuckers.
That would be crazy to be like, I want him fired. Like that guy. He's like, what are you going to do? Fire me?
Yeah.
I don't work here. I wonder that would be, I've always thought about doing that too. I've always thought about, so I did it once.
Yeah.
So my buddy Sean, there was one day he was quitting working at Wawa.
Uh-huh.
And he gave me the Wawa shirt.
Let's go.
The apron and the name tag and the hat. And the reason he was quitting the Wawa because across the street he worked at like one of the small original Wawas without the fucking gas stations and shit.
Yeah.
And right across the street they were building a super Wawa.
Oh, damn.
So he's like, yeah, they're like transferring over there. I don't want to do that.
I don't want to go across the street.
Yeah, it's like I just don't want to work for Wawa
That's
anymore.
an extra 15-second commute.
Fuck that.
I ain't doing that.
So I took all this stuff and I was like, I want to see how long I can work at Wawa until they asked me to leave.
Yeah.
And I waited till midday. So like, there was a fair, and like, again, this is like the week of the grand opening.
Yeah.
So there's
yeah.
tons of people in this
new
Wawa.
people in and out.
All
new
the time.
workers. Yeah.
I don't even know if there's new workers. There was just so many people in there. So I went in and I like walked in with the name tag and the apron, and I went down. And I was just and again, I wasn't stealing anything. I wasn't there to make trouble. But I was there to see how long it would take until management took notice of this person. They have no idea who the
Yeah.
fuck it is. Dude, I was in there for almost an hour.
That's pretty cool.
And just like, I was down in an aisle.
You were probably the best Wawa worker they've ever seen.
No, actually, I was just taking candy and moving it to the other end. Dude, I was like mixing up all of the shit. I was kind of being I guess I was there to make trouble. Not super trouble.
Well, you were being a troublemaker.
I was being a troublemaker. I was,
Whether or not that's what you were
know what it
originally
was?
there for.
It was making mischief. I was making mischief.
Make a little mischief.
You know,
Can a man make a little
mischief?
mischief?
And you don't hear about that anymore. There's no criminal mischief. It's just straight up crime.
It's crime.
It's just
all
straight
crime.
up crime.
Yeah, make a little mischief, people.
Kids aren't making mischief
Bring
anymore.
mischief back.
There's just straight up crime.
Bring it back. I miss mischief.
Dude, criminal mischief?
I never thought I would miss mischief.
It's wild how it's not even a thing anymore.
Yeah.
I brought up criminal mischief once. I think I was talking to my nephew. I said something like, oh, yeah, I got charged with criminal mischief. He's like, criminal mischief? And I was like, yeah. Mischief. Just making some
I'm
mischief.
just being mischievous.
And he was like, what is that? I'm like, oh, it's kind of like disorderly conduct, but less. It's like it's like the cop knows that you were just being a nuisance. It's kind of like prowling.
Yeah.
Nobody prowls anymore.
Yeah.
There are no prowlers.
I mean, technically, I was just legally being a little bit of a dick.
yeah, I was just being a jerk.
Yeah. And so when I was standing at that podium one day, 3 girls came up, 2 black girls and a white girl, and they stood in front of the podium. The black girl was in the middle. The white girl was in the middle. 2 black girls on either side of her.
Yeah.
They're talking to me, and this is when I had my dreads. And the black girl on my right, she goes, "Oh my God, I love your hair," and she just left hand just grabs my hair, just starts touching it, and like, you know, what am I? How would you describe this? What is this?
Playing the world's smallest violin.
Yeah, she was. She was like, "You little crybaby." I feel so bad. I have to stay at this podium and
Bitch.
right. And then the other girl, the other black girl on the other side of the white girl, she goes, "Oh my God, this is good." And she grabs my hair and she puts her fingers in it and like turns it up and she's like cupping it like this, right? Dog, the white girl in the middle looked so sad.
Yeah.
Because she knew she wasn't allowed to
do it.
But I this is what I did. I go, "You look really sad because you know you can't touch my hair. Grab a handful."
Oh, that's nice of you. That's
right?
nice of you. Bitch, get a handful. Bitch, get you some.
And then as soon as she touched on it, somebody call the cops.
Oh my God.
Oh, what is happening here?
Not like that.
Yeah.
Not like that.
Whoa.
Clearly, you've never touched this hair before.
So one of my favorite parts about this hair sidetrack that we just got on is that emus, their feathers look like ethnic hair.
It does.
They're afros. They are afros with like a long neck and long legs. They're walking afros.
I also am willing to bet there is a few Australian military like, shoot those afros over there. What are you looking at?
Dude.
Those walking afros over there.
Don't shoot the box ones. They're cool.
No, they're all right.
They're cool. They can break dance. They're cool.
They know how to stunt. They know how to stunt there. They're good. Yeah, but they Australia, literally, it's so wild knowing that they spent time, money, ammunition, and effort.
Yeah, a lot of resources
into trying to kill off these emu, and they didn't even do it.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
I guess they got us this time. And it's such a fucking idiotic war. And it's not a war. Because like when I saw it, I was like, yeah, what is the stupidest war? They're just calling it the Great Emu War. And the thing is, they should have called it something else. Because if you lose a war, you should be like, yeah, they fought a valiant effort. Like, yeah, they wasted some of our guys. Also, nobody died. Nobody died except the emu, and you still lost the war. Yeah. What a bunch
That is a crazy thing to think about, though.
Yeah.
If you lose a war, just change the name of it.
Change anything.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, we had this. It was a failed emu. You could have been like emu extermination. You could have been like, yeah, we were just trying to cull the herd.
Because
the great emu culling.
I was thinking earlier when you were talking about how the emu, they could hide.
Yeah.
Better than was thought.
Than they anticipated.
Right? And that's why they lost the war. That's exactly what happened to the American troops in Vietnam.
It was guerrilla
Yeah,
warfare.
Vietnamese. Vietnamese.
You know, you were so
Vietnam. I can't. What is happening? My mouth is broken.
Vietnamu?
Vietnamu.
Vietnamu?
Vietnamu.
There you go. There you go.
Vietnamu.
The
Vietnamu.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, you're on. You're on.
All right.
I mean, it was a quagmire.
It was a little bit of a.
We messed up. That was a terrible, nonsensical war.
Yeah, not our best work.
Not our best work.
We just went over there and there was a bunch of Vietnamese people with their head in the sand.
What would you say is America's greatest war?
Greatest
Yeah,
war?
the best war.
What do you by is there a standard? Do I?
You know what? That's
decide the standard?
I don't know. I have an opinion on what my favorite war is. I know what my favorite war is.
Yeah. Well, in my opinion, the greatest war again isn't necessarily considered a war. It's not called a war.
Sure.
But it's basically when we took the land from the Native Americans. And we dealt the final blow to the Comanches, because it was a lot of people realized that we were kind of getting it handed to us until Smith and Wesson made guns.
Yeah, we were
having a tough time.
Sure,
and that and this is a crazy thing. So with guns, they had guns and stuff, but they were on their horse, like American. They were on their horses, dealing fighting the Native Americans, and they would get off the horses to then war with them.
Yeah,
but the Native Americans would stay on the horses.
Novel approach,
dude. White people never seen that before.
Yeah, it's got to be. Well, I mean, but it's got to be one of those things. The first time you see it, you're like, oh fuck, why are we doing that?
Took a long ass time. It took a long ass time. Stay on the horses.
Wow, we've been fucking up. And I guarantee you, too, if when someone brought that information back, there was one white dude like, I'm not getting on the horse.
Yeah, I'm not fighting like a savage.
What are you talking about?
That's crazy.
Indian stuff. No, they're actually fucking us up. It's actually an insanely good tactic.
Yeah, we have guns. They have bows and arrows, and we're getting destroyed.
Nah. They're using that magic they got.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fucking wild thing.
So that is why I like that, because that one flip of tactic changed the whole landscape.
Definitely.
So and it's funny to me.
I mean, it is funny. It's
so imagine getting destroyed by a bunch of people in their underwear. They're just shooting.
I mean, that's got to
be
be also another thing too. That's got to be man, we really don't know what I think it's more of a man, we really don't know what we're doing, because you show up and you have new technology, and you're like, yo, fuck you, and then you're like, oh, this is terrifying. That no matter what I do, this half-naked man is somehow fucking up everything I'm doing.
I think they were a little more than half naked.
They were half naked.
They were predominantly naked men.
It might have been even then.
Also, another aspect of that tickles me, when you talk about the new technology that they showed up with, one of those new technologies that they showed up with were horses.
Sure, yeah.
The Native Americans didn't have horses. They were introduced to horses by the white men. They had horses for 1 week. And they start doing they were ghost riding the horses. They were doing white people had never seen people do this shit with horses.
Man.
All those horse shows where they would be riding a horse and staying up on a horse and surf it, and go on the side of the horse and shoot underneath the horse. Yeah, they were drifting.
They were drifting horses.
Never, white people had never seen that before.
That's kind of that's got to be a bummer.
1 week of having horses, and Native Americans were
right then. Honestly, dude, that would have. And again, I'm glad that not glad, but it did work out in my favor. Yeah, but I do think it is crazy. Let's just say hypothetically, you go to war with a group of people you know nothing really about. All you do know is you're like, yo, we're going. Yeah, we're fucking these guys up. And then they get some of your technology. And then they're doing things with the technology you have brought. These broken horses you've brought that are yours. Yeah. way more crazier things than you could ever done, I would have been like, yo, we need to talk these guys.
Yeah,
like, yo,
let's hang out with these guys.
Clearly, we have
let's get these guys some sponsorship maybe from Monster Energy.
Yeah, we should probably hang out with these dudes.
Because they were basically Tony Hawks without their...
Straight up. They were Tony Tomahawks.
They were Tommy Hawks. Because, you know, like, it was like they had it in them. They just didn't have the skateboard yet.
Yeah, they didn't know.
And as soon as they got the skateboard, they were doing 360s on them. Meanwhile, like, Europeans were just longboarding.
Yeah, we were like, oh, wait a minute. What is that?
They were only traveling from point A to point B.
Did you know that you can do a 900 on these things? I didn't know that.
They didn't even know they could do an ollie yet.
Yeah, it was kind of fucking, that's got to be.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, but that's also, again, being in a position where I'm like, yo, I've got the best thing in the world. Whoa, what are you doing with that? I think in my brain, I'd be like, yo, we either need to, like, talk this out. Because, like, the moment, it's like, honestly, my biggest concern would be like, all right, I saw you guys did with horses.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys get guns, this is bad. Like, you guys are going to do shit with guns that we don't even know anything about. You're going to have a gun that fires just another gun while that's shooting at us. I don't even know what the fuck's going to happen. My big thing would be like, all right, clearly this has gotten away from us.
Yeah.
We should probably figure this out. Not just try to.
It is. It's almost like they didn't, like, white people weren't thinking outside of the box enough. Like, they weren't, like, mixing it up.
No, because we knew white people have a very if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of mentality, especially when it comes to war. It wasn't until
they love rules.
What?
They love rules.
Oh yeah, no, we love the rigidity.
Like, this is the way. This is the rule.
We've been doing this the way it is.
And this is the way it has to be.
These savages will never shit. What the fuck is that?
yeah. Dude, it must have been the same way. Like the first time, like a black person remixed the song.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. I can only imagine.
Because I remember for a long time, white people hated that.
You know what? That's also another. And again, I get fearing the change, and I get not just fearing the change, but having someone say, you remix a song, like you take a beloved white anthem, you know, and then someone's like, yo, let's put a backbeat to it and do this, and then we'll sample it. Like I could see being like, yo, you took something that we worked really hard on.
You took something white and you made it not white.
You also made it way better. Like,
so much better.
You also made this
so much better.
Way fucking cooler.
We drifted the song.
Yeah, it's kind of like I think it's kind of like, yo, man, we were eventually going to get there.
Yeah.
Damn it, dude! You just gave us enough time.
Yeah,
we would have crushed this.
Yeah, we took that Roberta Flack song and started doing donuts with it.
Yeah, we was like, we didn't even know we could do that. We didn't even know the technology existed.
Yeah,
that is, it's kind of. I don't think it's not jealousy as much as it is like, damn it! It's you're just like, fuck. Yeah. I wish I thought of that.
It's like, huh?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, I'm just gonna totally hate this. Damn it, that's good. Fuck all of this.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go harder into bullshit.
Yeah, and we're only dancing to Charleston.
Yeah. I don't want to see it as crap.
Dude, moonwalking must have blew white people's minds.
I could only fucking
Dude, the first time they saw the moonwalkers, like, now that's how they're gonna be walking?
Yeah.
Is everybody gonna be walking like this now?
Wait a minute, guys. Wait a minute. Can you moonwalk?
Oh, come on.
Can you?
Yeah.
That's a dumb question to ask a black guy.
With a box. You're asking a black guy with a box.
I am asking a black guy with a collared shirt, though.
Okay. I'll give you that.
I will
give you that.
And you're wearing a watch. I'm not saying that black men who wear watches and collared shirts can't moonwalk.
It's almost what you're saying.
I am saying I'm prejudging. It's like when, you know, it's kind of like House Party.
Yeah.
When people assumed Kid couldn't rap because he was kind of a nerd. You know, he's kind of the nerdy one.
But you know why black people don't wear watches, right?
An excuse?
No. It's because we already know what time it is.
Well, I'm going to say statistically, most black... I'm going to say I've worked with some people who clearly do not know what time it is.
Yeah. I'll
be like, you know what time it is? Like, yeah, I know what time it is. I'm like, you should have been here.
I just did a show recently that had 3 black people on the show. one of us showed up 45 minutes late.
Yeah.
The show started 45 minutes late. The only people that were pissed off in the show, by the way, the only 2 black audience members, they left. They left early.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, again.
Hypocrites.
Now, did the guy who showed up 45 minutes late, did he say, I know I'm late? Or did he not acknowledge it at all?
Oh, yeah. No, he acknowledged it.
Okay.
He acknowledged it.
All right.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
I can get it.
As did everybody else on the show.
Sure.
Yeah, we had to acknowledge
You have to. Did
Yeah.
he have a reason?
Did it have a reason?
Yeah, reason for being late.
Did
he use that time blindness bullshit?
I don't know. I've never asked a black person why they're late ever in my life.
You know what? I have also never asked that.
Yeah.
I've also been just like, yeah.
I think it's an unethical question.
It's the touching hair of questions.
Yeah, don't touch my lateness, please. Can you please not touch my lateness?
Don't touch their hair. Don't ask why they're late.
Yeah.
Because then you'll just get accused of other things. And so it's like, you don't need it. Just anticipate. You got to anticipate the lateness.
Yeah.
That's what you do. And I mean, having...
And then it's not lateness.
It's still lateness.
Well, yeah, it's true.
It's still
Yeah, it's true.
Sir, it's still late. And you know what's crazy? I worked with a bunch of people. It's not just the black fellas. I've worked with a fair amount of people that could never be on time. Mm-hmm. And I didn't understand it. And it was wild that management even made concessions to like work around their lateness.
Yeah.
And then what they would do is they would schedule them later.
Yeah.
They'd be like, okay, let's schedule it. Clearly, you can never get here at this time.
Gotcha.
So instead of having you come at 4:30, we're going to have you come in at 5:30.
Gotcha.
And then they were still late for 5:30.
Yeah, I'll get there at 6.
You can't do that, dude. It's
Yeah.
like, why are you so late? And I did ask this dude. There was a guy I worked with named John. Mm-hmm. Constantly late. Never on time. Literally never on time every day that I worked with him.
Yeah.
Never. And one time, I remember after work, we went out drinking. Mm-hmm. Now, I crashed at his place, and I remember waking up on the couch, and when I got up, it was like, I want to say maybe 10 in the morning. Mm-hmm. John had to be at work at, I think, 1.
Yeah.
Dude, anytime John had ever been asked why he was late, his response was, I just got caught up in things.
Yeah,
I was just getting caught up. And like we never really questioned it because we didn't know what he was getting. Dude,
he's like tangled in his covers. He couldn't get out.
Oh,
of his
that dude, that
was
would
like called tangled up. In his, like, yeah, Ryan, can you give me a hand?
He's hanging from one shoe. I don't know what.
He's like in his blinds somehow. Ryan, could you give me a hand, please? Just pull the cord. No, just pull it fast. Yeah. You got to pull it fast.
Dude, he has his hair caught in blenders. He's like, I can't, Honestly, all of those would have been acceptable.
Yeah.
All of those would have been acceptable, except I get up and John's already up. Keep in mind, John's already up. Mm-hmm. So, like, we're hanging out, smoking, and I keep looking at him like, yo, man, you got to be at work at 1. He's like, oh, yeah, I know. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Dude, him being caught up was him. Dude, at one point in time, he was literally sitting on his couch, no TV on, just kind of spacing out. Mm-hmm. And it's like, what are you doing? I was like, is this why you're always late? He's like, I'm just getting, like, I'm taking a moment. I'm like, you already know the moment. It's like, it'd be different. Mm. You can also do everything you're doing, you can do in the vicinity of your job. Mm-mm. Yes, you can. Mm-mm. Yes, you can. Mm-mm. Yes, you can.
No, you cannot.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't. You can't have the same relaxation because it's so much anticipation. So much anticipation. Yo, yo, you gotta deal with
remix that word.
I did. Dude, white people are already using it.
That's wild. Anticipation.
But yeah, you get that anticipatory angst.
Sure.
When you're close to work. The closer you get to work, the more you're like leaving your reality and about to enter someone else's reality.
I gotcha.
You're teleporting into a whole new world.
I understand.
But so you can't have a moment.
No, but you're at work.
Do you think when people are teleporting, they're taking a moment? Like when they step through a portal, do you think they're just like, oh yeah, I'm just taking a moment? No, they're just like, ah!
So here's what I'm going to say. I understand what you're saying. Mm-hmm. But I also, delaying the inevitable. And also making others you work with now have to work harder because of your delay of the inevitable. And keep in mind, inevitable, unless you're quitting.
For sure.
Why would you do that? That's passing the buck. Don't do that.
Listen, I 100% agree with the external consequences of being late. I think that a lot of people that are late, they don't think about it that way. Though.
I understand that, but I also, just because they aren't thinking about it that way doesn't mean that others cannot explain.
Oh,
to
for
them.
sure.
That's I think where my disconnect is like, I'm explaining to you why this is bad, and either you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I won't do that again. Or you're just gonna be like, look, man, that's just how I operate. I'm like, that's not how it works for any place.
It would have been funny if you were like, man, you got to go work soon. And he just got up and was like, you're not my real dad.
I mean,
like, ran into his room and slammed the door.
Dude, the way he reacted, he was like, yeah, I know. I'm like, and then, dude, again, 1:00, it was like almost 12:30. And this guy lives like 45 minutes away. I was like,
yeah.
Yo, you're supposed to be at work. And keep in mind, no car. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you have to get to work. He's like, yeah, I mean, it's like I'm getting there. I'm like, you're not.
Yeah.
And then again, dude, 12:45 rolled around and he still hadn't left. And I was like, yo, do you need me to leave so you can get going? He's like, honestly, man, I would have been doing. I was like, is this why you're late every time? Because you're just spacing out in your living room, just staring at nothing. Mind blowing.
Yeah.
And look, I usually, especially when I had a job, I was in the vicinity of my job anywhere from a half an hour early. Mm-hmm. Every job I've had.
I believe it.
So
no me time for you.
It's not. No, there was me time. Sidney, you don't think going to a bar is me time?
Oh yeah, that's different. I didn't think about it like that.
You don't think going to a bar is a little bit of me time?
Yeah, but that's like what if you don't have a vice?
What do you mean?
Like you can go in the vicinity of your job and enjoy your vice.
Okay. The days that I didn't drink, which is very rare, the days that I didn't drink, I would go to the park and I would lay in the park and I'd just chill out in the lawn. Or I would go into a Barnes & Noble and kind of chill in those big comfy chairs doing nothing.
Dude, so when you weren't drunk, you would do white girl shit? You just go lay in a park or go hang out at a Barnes & Noble?
Lay in a park and fall asleep like a homeless person.
Drinking caramel macchiatos.
Oh, my God. If I had the money for macchiatos. How dare you suggest I have caramel coffee money?
Yo, I got that macchiato money.
I was going to bars where I had a tab. I could drink for free and then eventually pay that off. I had no coffee money. Yeah, I would go early to get ready for the job by getting drunk before I went to the job.
Yeah.
That's the me time.
All right. It would be funny though if like how long has it been since you've been sober?
It'll be 5 years in March.
It would be funny if you were still working off bar tabs.
Oh, dude, there's been a couple. There's been a couple places where I've gone into where I've like ordered another like a non-alcoholic beer, and there's been guys like, "Hey, you want to pay for the last 80?" I'm like, I'm sorry, I haven't been in here in 5 years. Like, yeah, we know, we kept the juice running. Fuck, dude. Yeah, that would be a pain. But it's one of those things where I just don't understand. Like, work sucks. Everyone knows work sucks. Work is lame. But it's like, I don't know. My whole thing is like, if I know I have work, I know the day's going to suck anyway. Mm-hmm. Just delaying the inevitable. And also dreading while you're sitting there doing nothing. That seems wildly detrimental to
This
me.
is probably also why the Australians lost the Emu War.
Oh, without a doubt.
They were doing too much chilling.
I think exactly, because they're fucking emus.
We got this.
What, you think I'm going to...
Oh, yeah, I'll start this war in about
So
half
what
an
you're
hour.
saying is I got to kill a flightless bird?
Yeah.
No problem. And then they fucking like, oh, these are more than I thought.
Yeah.
This is way more. It's like, I think it's even more nuts that to be so cocky. Keep in mind, there were 2 campaigns. There was one that failed, and then like, we got to get them again.
Yeah, we can't have that in our history.
Imagine. But what's so nuts, though, is after the first failed campaign against killing off emus, then you go for back. You would think they'd be like, all right, this is what we got to do different. They're like, no, just shoot more of them. And it's like, you can't. You're not even changing anything. They didn't even use more weaponry. They were just using the same rifle over and over and over again.
Again, like handed it off to the next person. It was like the whole Australian army had one rifle that they have to keep giving to other people. you shoot it until your finger hurts, and then you give it to the guy
and then you pass
next
it
to you.
off, and then it's just like we're gonna have 1,900 dudes doing the same thing. We'll eventually get them. It's just they didn't even kill 1,000 birds.
Yeah,
that's what's even so crazy. 1 month, 1 week, and 1 day, they didn't even kill 1,000 birds.
Yeah, that tells me that emus are not delicious.
Oh, there's no way they're good.
No,
there's no way they're good.
No,
they're dinosaurs.
Yeah,
there's no way, and I don't even know what emus eat. They've got to be crap.
Yeah, I was thinking about the other day how ridiculous it is that we almost don't eat any birds that fly. Like most of the birds we eat don't fly, except for a duck and a pheasant.
Goose. People eat goose.
Okay, my theory is really falling apart. I didn't put any thought outside of my brain into this.
Quail. People eat quail.
I didn't. Again, this was an in the brain thought that was like, yeah, that is crazy, and I just kept it moving.
And there's no definitive evidence proving otherwise,
except for all the flying birds we eat.
Like, there's actually a bunch.
All right.
I mean, have you ever had quail?
Yeah, quail eggs.
Quail eggs. You know what's wild? People eat more quail eggs than they do actually quail.
I believe it.
That's a wild thing to me.
There are more quail eggs than there are quail.
But I do think it's curious. Like, yeah, we could eat the bird, but let's just eat that unborn.
Do we eat more eggs than we eat chicken?
Oh, I know. Eggs are great, though.
Yeah.
Name a bad egg.
A bad egg?
Yeah.
I almost said Cadbury.
No, you'd be lying.
That's probably the best egg.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
I've had.
That is the reason why black people have diabetes. That's what we make omelets with. we scrambled Cadbury eggs.
I like them over easy.
We boil Cadbury eggs. We soft boiled Cadbury eggs.
You got it in a little thing, tapping it with a spoon. This is pretty good.
We devil them. Devil Cadbury eggs.
Actually, first off, how that's never been done is insane.
What, a deviled Cadbury egg?
I mean, it's retarded. But you would think that somebody with culinary expertise or a confectionery bullcrap would be like, yo, deviled Cadbury, isn't that fun? That's a fun thing.
That's a Food Network thing.
Straight
like
up.
An Iron Chef
I can't believe that's never been done.
Yeah.
You should patent that.
Why don't you patent it?
Because I'm never going to do it.
Well, neither am I.
You could do it.
Well, why do I got to do it?
Because you came up with it.
Yeah, for other people to do it.
That's not how these work, man.
That's how I did. Yes, I did. The idea is now out into the ether.
You know what you sound like? You sound like a white colonist going up against Native Americans.
You sound like a Look, listen. I presented the Cadbury egg, and then you flip it and do cool shit.
I guess I could do that, but I don't want it. It's for you.
Ghost ride the Cadbury egg.
I'm taking these eggs in cool new directions. No, you should have never given me these eggs, dude.
Yeah.
Should have never done it. Here's what I will say. So my favorite war is World War I.
Why so?
Because of the introduction of new weaponry that people had never used or seen before.
Isn't that every war though? But it's like, but you're saying like what the weapons were.
What the weapons were.
Okay.
And just
I feel like most wars are like people think that most wars are started because of like land or oil or resources, but what I really think it is like people build a new weapon is like we gotta use this.
I mean, I'm pretty sure these weapons being introduced, I think it's because some people just didn't they never thought to go that way.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. World War I was introduced the flamethrower for the first time. And people had no idea what it was. Even the flamethrower operators were kind of confounded by what it was.
Yeah.
And could you imagine? And again, I try to see it vicariously through, an English soldier, a German soldier, anybody who's in a trench, just yo, we've got to kill. What the fuck is that? Just for the first time. Seeing a device shoot fire.
Yeah, the intimidation factor alone
is out of control.
That's crazy. And even, I'm sure you know this because you are a flamethrower lover.
I love it.
But a lot of the flamethrower operators were dying from flamethrower malfunction.
Big time.
That's even intimidating.
It's yes.
Like if you saw people coming towards you and just exploding,
Just one guy blowing up.
dude, it's like, God damn, these guys are good at war.
So that was the other thing that's crazy about. So when flamethrowers were introduced, they were assigned. So like you got it, like, yo, you're a flamethrower operator.
Yeah.
And people would like be like, sick. But then that issue was happening because a lot of people, again, movies, TV, video games have all bastardized the idea of a flamethrower. To use a flame, you can't just throw the flame and hold that trigger in.
Yeah.
You can't do. You got to do it in 10-second bursts. But the problem is, people didn't like. They were trained and informed.
They were learning,
but you're still like fucking yes.
Yeah.
Like I'm. So the longer you hold it in, the incendiary device and then the propellant is like can burn back up through the hose, and then that's what blows up the pack on the back.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were just like, fuck yeah, fuck shit, and then blowing up.
They were too cool.
It's amazing.
Flamethrowers were too cool.
Too cool for anybody to go to school on flamethrowering. So what happened was people who were dying because of flamethrower related accidents and you know, people just either being shot because it's a flamethrower. People are like, yo, kill that thing right fucking now.
Easy target.
Very high profile. It's a very high profile weapon.
Yeah.
So the thing was, after World War I, World War II, flamethrowers became volunteer. You could be like, I want to be a flamethrower operator. So like when they're like, yo, you're handling the BAR, yo, you might be here in charge of this, we'll see how good you are with this weapon and this weapon. But flamethrowers became, yo, I'm volunteering to be a flamethrower operator. And what is crazy is, even with the information, like everyone's like, yo, you know, once people see you using this, you're immediately a target.
Yeah.
People are still like, yeah, but it's the most badass motherfucking weapon.
Yeah.
Do you know what the average life expectancy of a flamethrower operator in an active combat zone in World War II was?
Well, so let me just gauge how this question is being asked or how this question is going to be answered.
Sure.
So you don't mean like the average life expectancy, like age-wise, like
Age-wise.
they live to 33 or 34.
No.
You mean like how many minutes they
That's
were
what I
able
mean.
to stay alive?
The average during a live combat zone,
Yeah.
an active combat zone in World War II, the average life expectancy, estimated life expectancy of a flamethrower
Dude,
operator.
I'm going to say 7 minutes.
You are over. You are being generous, my man.
I'm very optimistic.
I appreciate your optimism.
Yeah.
I appreciate, because it's like, you think, again, you have a flamethrower. Like, I could see myself being caught up in the majesty of flamethrower. It's like, it's the coolest weapon. So it's like, at the time, I would say bazookas are pretty fucking sick. I would say bazookas are sick.
Bazookas are cool. The name is cool.
Yeah, bazooka.
Bazooka.
So
Right?
sick.
But if you like the flamethrower, if you were a prodigy, a child prodigy, like you make weapons of war as a child.
Sure.
That is what you do. You're gonna make a flamethrower.
Yeah, you're going to have to.
It's like every weapon you make is going to be part flamethrower.
I can agree with that.
Right?
I can agree with that.
So it's like it's in our DNA. It came from our like.
It's primordial.
Yeah.
It's primordial.
It's like how do we throw fire at them?
I also think it's primordial in the way that, like, if Prometheus could see us now, he'd be like, what the fuck are you guys doing? That's not what I meant.
Yeah.
That's not what I meant when I gave you guys fire.
Yeah.
I honestly was like, yo, maybe just use it to light stuff, cook some things. Was not anticipating that.
Dude,
shit.
that was probably the first thing they were like, how do we get this on people? because it's here, and I don't want to have to keep tricking people to come here. How do we get this
Yeah, you know, it'd be sick.
onto
This
them?
here.
It's like you draw it in the dirt. It's like, okay,
There probably
we want
was
this.
a caveman like, oh, what?
That was the first cave drawings.
Yo, you're sick.
The first cave drawings were diagrams on how to get fire onto people.
Holy shit. Well, Did we do it?
I think we did it.
We definitely did it.
We did it.
We definitely declared war on war.
We did. We declared war on war
with the fucking emus.
What is it good for?
Well, flamethrowing.
Yeah.
Inventing cool new. And that's my other gripe, too, is like weapons now are it's drone this, robot that, unmanned this. Bring back flamethrowers.
Bring back flamethrowers.
Bring back the fucking flamethrowers.
Dude, I after saying that most wars were probably fought because we invented something and we're like, now we got to use it.
Yeah.
The submarine.
Oh my God.
Imagine coming up with a submarine and not being in war. Do you know what I mean? That's crazy.
You could explore. No, we got to put bombs on
we got to put, get some bombs on it.
Holy shit. Well, thank you guys for joining us.
Absolutely.
Make sure you get on that Patreon. You get a bonus episode. You get secret unreleased episodes. You become part of the community, all for just $3. It's an amazing deal. You're not going to hate it. You're going to be falling. You're not going to hate it. You're going to fall in love with it. That's the way it is. You're not going to find anything better than that. You might even learn something. Like the other followers that we have right now, they're learning so much shit. Also, be sure to check out Solomon. I wrote a book. We're going to put the link in the description. Over 230 copies sold.
Oh, hell yeah.
International author now. We're in different countries. Everybody's get on it. Also, check out the show on the 29th, Monday the 29th. Check it out. Helium Comedy Club, Philadelphia. Sydney's going to be on the show. It's going to be a banger comedy showcase. I'm going to be signing books. Yep. I'm going to be selling books. I'm going to be selling merch. It's going to be a fucking good time. Get there, be there, or be square. Do not be like Sydney's hair.
No, be just like Sydney's hair.
I said be there or be square. Don't be square.
No, be there and be square.
No, don't.
No, be square there.
Be square there on the 29th. We're going to switch it over to Patreon. I've been Ryan Shannon. This has been Sidney.
Let's go.
This has been World War Fun. We will see you next Sunday. We do it every Sunday. Thank you guys so much. Later.